let's see, I want to talk a little bit about the tokenomics of AMMs and how they work. What is the Uniswap model? So first of all, there's a fee. Who pays the fee? The swapper, the trader. So if I want to trade Ether to USDC or USDC to Ether, I'm going to pay 0.3% swap fee. This is not a small fee. It's a very large fee. If you compare to Binance exchange, the centralized one, you can see that the fee on Binance for trades is 0.2% and lower. If you do a volume trade, then you can get much better fees. So the fees in Uniswap and similar AMMs is actually quite high. And these fees are necessary in order to provide incentive to liquidity providers to bring their liquidity in. So this is one form of incentive. Let's look at at the interface for a liquidity provider. So as a liquidity provider, which is a completely different party, it's not the same party that is interested in doing trades. So if you have a lot of money lying around, you can just use it and make money off of it. So how do you do that? You do add liquidity, and then you choose the pair that you want to add liquidity for. So let's say that I have Ether lying around and USDC lying around. So I can go to Uniswap, add liquidity, and let's say that I have 10 Ether. And it tells me that in addition to the 10 Ether, I also need $20,000. 10 Ether is not enough. I need both sides of the pair because I'm going to let people trade through me. They're going to trade Ethers to USDCs, and because I provide liquidity in both, I need to supply both. So liquidity provider has to bring both sides in equal amounts. You can see that this 10 Ether and $20,000, if I'm going to send it to the contract, I'm going to get 0.01% of the pool. That seems like not a lot. So let's see exactly why. So if I go to USDC and I click in the Uniswap interface, you can see all the popular pairs. And the most popular pair for USDC is with Ether. So ETH USDC. So let's click this pair, and let's see exactly what we see there. You know what? Let's actually do this in Uniswap, in SushiSwap. And I want to show you this in SushiSwap because I want to show you the contract as well. Give me 1 second. Sushi. Okay, ETH USDC in SushiSwap. Let's go there and let's see some interesting statistics. Okay, so I found the correct website that I wanted. So this website is not the analytics of Sushi, but actually app.sushi.com. In the app.sushi.com, you can see the ETH USDC pair on SushiSwap. And what you can see here is the underlying liquidity. You can see that right now, liquidity providers have given $189 million to Sushi, to the contract, and they have provided 92,000 Ether, which is a lot of money. I want to show you the contract for this. So let's go to Etherscan. And in Etherscan, this contract is the contract that is holding the Ether and the USDC. And if you indeed open up the contract to see, you can see this exact amount of Ether, 92,000 Ether, and $189 million. So this is the liquidity in the contract. So when a liquidity provider does that, and they put liquidity in the contract, they get something in return. And what they get is something called a Sushi USDC LP token, or SLP in short, Sushi Liquidity Provider. So an LP token is a liquidity provider token, which pretty much just says, what is your share of the pool? So you can later take this LP token and then you redeem it, you burn it. And when you burn it, you get the USDC and the Ether that you put back. So let's say that I have ETH and USDC. I want to be a liquidity provider to make money. So I put it in Sushi, in the Sushi contract. Then I get back an SLP token, my liquidity provider token. This proves that I put liquidity inside. Then I can do with this SLP whatever. This LP token accrues profits. And when I want my liquidity back, I will just take my LP token, burn it, and get the USDC and the Ether back. So that's the idea. So let's see exactly how much money am I making. So first of all, when you are a liquidity provider, you make money in two ways. The main way is from fees. All the swap fees go to the liquidity providers. So the more volumes there is of trade inside, the more fees they will make. Okay, how much fees exactly are they making? So you can see here in the pair in Sushi, $500,000 worth of fees in 24 hours. Okay, so this is the fees that they're making, all of the liquidity providers together. Of course, that my cut of it will be just according to the liquidity that I put in. So let's, if I did add liquidity, let's go to add liquidity. 1 second, let's do this again. And let's say that I have 100 Ether and $200,000. This will get me 0.1% share of the pool. So I'm going to get 0.1% share of all the fees from the platform. The other incentive that I have for joining is Sushi Token. So you probably heard of the Sushi Token. I'm going to show you it on CoinGecko. Okay. The Sushi Token is the governance token of the Sushi platform. So you can earn Sushi as reward for providing liquidity. How much Sushi am I earning? So you could usually see that in the farming section. So if we go to the farming section and we enter USDC, you will see that for ETH USDC, the ROI to now is 26%. And you get 26% for your liquidity because of the Sushi because of Sushi tokens that you get as reward. How much Sushi tokens we get? 0.058 per every $1,000 of liquidity that you put in. So this is Sushi reward. So the Sushi project has decided to give the Sushi as reward for people providing liquidity to make this protocol popular. So this is the second way people make money. Now, can you lose money being a liquidity provider? And the answer is yes. So there is something called impermanent loss. So what is impermanent loss? Let's say that I put in into the liquidity pool a little bit of dollars and a little bit of Ether. When I do that, let's say that I put in, I'm going to show you some tables. Don't be alarmed. I sorted out the login, so don't be alarmed from the tables. So let's say I put in 100 Ether and $200,000. So this is when I supply the liquidity. And now if Ether price changes and I'm going to take my liquidity out, the amount of tokens that I'm going to be able to redeem is a little bit different. And this is impermanent loss. So I'm not going to go over it in detail right now, just because it's out of the scope of this video, and I'm going to talk about it in the next one. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.